All right, Yahoo Fantasy Baseball 2010, the Tucson Toros group, Week 7. We're going to take a look at Otis and the Drunks taking on Koufax's Revenge. Very interesting matchup between a couple of teams that are in the middle of the pack right now, trying to make a name for themselves. This one went to Otis and the Drunks, 5-4-1. Very tight battle. Came down to the last day of the week. Otis is now 34-32-4 overall, while Koufax falls to 36-4 overall. So both teams still very much in the middle right now, and very key win for Otis. Otis, first winning streak of the season, 2 straight wins now, while Koufax has lost 3 straight, picking up 4 categories in all 3 of those losses. So if you're going to lose, picking up 4 categories isn't half bad. So good to see Koufax is at least trying to pick up some points there in losing efforts. For Otis, season low in stolen bases, and Otis has also had no saves in 4 of the last 5 weeks, so the bullpen not really delivering in the saves category per se. Koufax's Revenge set season highs in Ks and had the best whip of the year, so good pitching week for Koufax, but also no saves, and Koufax hasn't had a single save since week 1, so that's 6 straight weeks without a save, and has a closer on the roster. We'll get to that in just a second. Offense went 3-2 to Otis. Otis picked up runs, homers, and RBIs, and pitching was a split 2-2-1 between the two teams. Runs, homers, and RBIs were very close. All 3 categories very tight, and pitching was a tight battle in all 5 categories. So this match really could have gone either way, but Otis was able to squeak this one by on Sunday and pick up the win overall. On offense, Otis had 10 players with at least a run. Scott Rowland was probably the difference maker for the runs, homers, and RBIs categories. Picked up 3 home runs out of the veteran player, 9 RBIs, and an average of 389. Fantastic week for Scott Rowland. Those 3 statistics right there probably took the win in runs, homers, and RBIs for Otis. Mark Teixeira and Dustin Pedroia did not do their share to help out Otis this week. They both hit under 200, no homers, and just 1 RBI combined. Top 2 players on the team really didn't contribute much at all in week 7. The only stolen bases on the team were Rajai Davis, who had 3, and that cost that team the category. Koufax has a very good team on the base pass, picked up 9 stolen bases this week, and Otis and the Drunks lost that category 9-3. As a result, Koufax's Revenge had 8 players with at least 3 runs, 6 players with a stolen base. Shane Victorino had 3 stolen bases, but he only hit 185 for the week. You're going to see that a lot. Some of the other owners out there are going to recognize that too. There were a lot of players who did really well in one category, but didn't really help out anywhere else on the team, and Shane Victorino, perfect example there. No real player with a breakout week for Koufax. Ryan Domit hit a homer. That happened to be a walk-off home run. If you were watching some of the games over the weekend, he hit 421, had a homer and 3 RBIs, but other than that, everybody else was good a couple places and bad in one area. Just really didn't put forth a real breakout effort for many of the players. On the pitching side, very close all around, all 5 categories. Otis had the benefit of Matt Latos. I'm not quite sure if I'm saying that right, but 1 win and 10 Ks from the Padres pitcher. So great performance there. And then Bud Norris didn't pick up the win for the for the Astros, but he picked up 13 Ks. He did float that with a 9.64 ERA for the week. That's definitely not going to get the job done, but the 13 Ks definitely helped. Josh Beckett, though, is heading to the DL. He had a 5.79 ERA for the week and is now on the DL. That's going to hurt Otis going forward. And the relievers are just not contributing for Otis. Alex Burnett had a 0 ERA with 0 Ks, but also 0 saves. For Koufax's Revenge, Edwin Jackson exploded with 2 wins, 21 Ks, and a .77 whip. These are astronomical numbers considering where Edwin Jackson has been to start the season. The relievers, though, from Toronto, the duo from Toronto that Koufax has employed in the reliever slots, 0 ERA and 7 Ks. That's a great contribution there, but no saves. Those 2 players are not called on to pick up saves for the Blue Jays, so they are not going to help Koufax in the saves category. A couple of roster issues, really. Eric Bedard is still taking a roster spot away, is now on a 60-day DL for the Mariners, and Octavio Dotel is on Koufax's bench. He is the closer for the Pittsburgh Pirates and is not getting any playing time on the Koufax roster. So this is something the owner may want to take a look at. Otis and the Drunks is now 8th as we look to the future here. 8th in the standings, only 3 games out of 6, so definitely right there with all the front runners. And is taking on 7th place Grassy Knoll this coming week here, week 8. So 7th versus 8th, that's a very important matchup for both teams. We'll look to see if Otis can continue this newfound winning streak. And Koufax's Revenge is now 10th in the standings. Only 7 games out of 6, though, so definitely very much in this. And taking on Tucson's Prettiest, a team that's showed some signs of weakness in the last couple of weeks, but put up some great numbers in Week 7. So we'll see if Koufax can overcome that and maybe catch a break here and there, and see if Koufax can get right back up into the top 6 or 7. Other than that, it should be a great Week 8, and it's Tucson Toros Group.